You're rear-ended on a highway. The other driver lied to the cop's face. And somehow, you're the one walking away with the fault citation. That's not a hypothetical. That actually happened. And if you think it can't happen to you, stick around. Because what this story teaches us about how insurance and police reports really work might be the most important 12 minutes you spend this year. Let's set the scene. It's rush hour on a major highway. We're talking bumper to bumper, everyone on edge, everyone trying to get home. Our driver, let's call him D, based on the username he posted under, is in his lane, approaching his exit. Traffic ahead comes to a sudden dead stop. D does exactly what a responsible driver is supposed to do. He stops, he doesn't panic swerve, he doesn't drift, he stops his vehicle in his lane, in control, like you're supposed to. The car behind him does not stop in time. They hit him from behind. A rear-end collision, one of the most statistically clear-cut accident scenarios on the road. Now here's where the stakes get real. We're not just talking about a fender bender and an inconvenient afternoon. We're talking about who pays for the damage to D's vehicle. We're talking about medical bills if injuries develop, and they often do, sometimes days later. We're talking about his insurance premiums potentially going up for years. We're talking about his driving record. All of that hangs on one thing: who a police officer, standing on the shoulder of a highway in the middle of rush hour chaos, decides to believe. And in this case, that officer believed the wrong people. So how does something like this happen? And more importantly, what do you do when it does? Let's walk through exactly what went down, step by step, because the details matter more than you might think. The collision happens. D is shaken. Anyone would be. But he keeps his head. He doesn't lose his temper. He does something genuinely smart in the moment. He suggests they move to the shoulder to get out of live highway traffic. That's the right call. That's a safe, reasonable, composed response to a stressful situation. He's even checking on the other people, making sure they're okay. He's being a decent human being in a moment that didn't require it. Already you can see the kind of person we're dealing with here. The couple in the car that hit him, they're using that same window of time very differently. By the time the police arrive, they have a story, a detailed, coordinated story. They tell the officer that D was driving erratically, that he came flying over from a far lane, cut into their lane, then jerked back, and that's what caused them to hit him. They painted D as the aggressor, as the reckless one. They handed that cop a narrative on a silver platter. D pushes back. He points out something that is, when you think about it, a genuinely strong, logical argument. He was right at his exit. Why on earth would he dart across lanes and then come back? That makes zero sense. He also raises another point that deserves more attention than it got. If he was speeding and swerving and driving like a maniac, why didn't he hit the car in front of him? Why was it only the car behind him that made contact? The physics of the situation alone should tell you something. The cop's response? I don't care where you were going. Full stop. That was the answer. And with that, he sided with the couple and assigned fault to D. Now, I want to be fair here, because I'm not in the business of just bashing law enforcement. Police officers responding to accidents are not accident reconstructionists. They're not insurance adjusters. They arrive after the fact, there's often no footage, and they have to make a call based on statements and visible evidence at the scene. That is genuinely hard. But here's the problem. A police report that assigns fault carries enormous weight. Insurance companies read those reports. Adjusters use them as a starting point. And when you're the one assigned fault in that report, you are immediately on the back foot. What the couple did, deliberately lying to a police officer to shift blame, is not just morally bankrupt. In most states, making a false statement to law enforcement in connection with an accident report is a crime. Whether it gets prosecuted is a different conversation, but the act itself crosses a legal line. D was the victim of the collision and then became the victim of a cover-up, and the system that was supposed to protect him did the opposite. So let's talk about what happens next, because this story doesn't have to end with that police report. And this is where I want everyone watching to really lean in. The police report is not the final word. I want you to hear that clearly. Insurance companies conduct their own investigations. Adjusters are not bound by what an officer wrote on the side of the road. They look at the physical evidence, the damage patterns on both vehicles, the point of impact, the location of the damage. A rear-end impact tells a story. If D's damage is at the back and the other car's damage is at the front, that is physical, undeniable evidence of what happened. No amount of verbal storytelling changes the physics of metal and momentum. D should immediately contact his own insurance company and report the accident, even though he believes, correctly, that he was not at fault. Some people hesitate to do this because they're worried about their rates going up. I understand that instinct, but your own insurance company is your advocate in this process. They have adjusters, they have investigators, and they have every financial incentive to prove that the other driver was at fault so they don't have to pay out on your policy. He should also document everything, right now, today, while it's fresh. Written statement of exactly what happened in as much detail as possible. The lane he was in, the speed he was traveling, where traffic stopped, the point of impact, what the other couple said to him before the police arrived, every single word he can remember. That documentation becomes part of his file. If there were any witnesses, and on a major highway during rush hour there's a reasonable chance someone saw something, D should try to track them down. Did anyone pull over? Did anyone stop to check on the situation? Witness testimony that contradicts the couple's version is gold. Here's the big one that too many people overlook. Traffic cameras and surveillance footage. Major highways in most metro areas have traffic monitoring cameras operated by the state DOT or highway patrol. Businesses near highway exits often have exterior security cameras. If this exit was near any kind of commercial area, there may be footage that captured part of this. That footage has a shelf life. It gets recorded over. D needs to move fast. Contact his attorney or his insurance company and ask them to send a preservation letter to the relevant authorities or businesses immediately. Do not wait on this. Speaking of attorneys, yes, D should talk to one. A personal injury attorney who handles auto accidents will typically do a free consultation. They know how to fight a disputed police report. They know how to request the officer's notes and body camera footage if it exists. They know how to subpoena records, and if the other couple made materially false statements, an attorney can pursue that angle as well. This doesn't have to be a big lawsuit. Sometimes the involvement of an attorney is enough to make an insurance company take a second, harder look at the facts. The lesson here, and it applies to every single person watching this, not just D, is that being in the right is not enough on its own. Being in the right and being able to prove you're in the right are two completely different things. The couple in this story understood that instinctively, even if their method was dishonest. They didn't wait to see what happened. They got their story straight and they told it immediately and confidently, and in the absence of contradicting evidence, confidence reads as credibility. So what do you do right now before you're ever in an accident? Get a dash cam. This is not optional anymore. Dash cams have come down dramatically in price, they record continuously, they timestamp everything, and they have saved countless drivers from exactly the situation D found himself in. If D had a dash cam rolling, this conversation doesn't even happen. There's footage. Game over for the lying couple. The camera doesn't care who sounds more convincing on the shoulder of a highway. It just shows what happened. Know your state's fault laws. In most states, rear-end collisions carry a rebuttable presumption of fault against the driver who did the hitting. That presumption can be rebutted, which is exactly what the couple tried to do. But understanding that the law starts in your favor helps you know how hard to fight. And document at the scene. Use your phone. Take photos of both vehicles, the damage, the road, the positions of the cars before they're moved if at all possible. Get the other driver's information, their insurance card, their license plate. If anyone witnessed the accident, ask for their name and number. Do it politely, do it quickly, do it before everyone disperses. If this happened to you, if you've been assigned fault in an accident you know wasn't your fault, if an insurance company is giving you the runaround, or if you've ever wondered what you're actually entitled to after a collision, drop your situation in the comments. We read every single one. And if you want more real stories, real claims, and real answers about how insurance actually works in the real world, subscribe to this channel. Hit the notification bell. We put out new content every week. And trust me, some of these stories will genuinely change how you think about getting behind the wheel.